I'm at a very special point in my life where I think that I'm meeting a lot of people who have made financial choices that have been very good for them.
Yeah.
And you know what I've noticed the most about that? They're completely opposite of the people that I knew in the past who have made financial choices that are completely bad for them.
Yeah, I would say I probably know more people making bad financial choices than good ones, but
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's so scary. I think the scariest part about it is the people who make the bad financial choices don't even know that they're doing it. And even if you tell them that they're doing it wrong, they don't want to listen to you.
I just heard something the other day that was the average American's like $16,000 in credit card debt.
Oh, I can see that. I mean, our
That's
country
insane.
is what, over a damn $1 trillion or something in credit card debt?
I mean, if
Or is it student loans? Actually, at this point, I don't know. It's probably
student loans
equal.
are a different ball game, but credit card debt alone, 16,000. That's like, I get upset if mine gets like near 2. I'm like, oh, that's Christmas time budget right there. Like, woo, oh baby,
Man, the funniest thing about debt is like a lot of people throw debt as being this terrible thing, and which there is good debt and bad debt. And that's one of the things that I've noticed about most financially literate people. They know how to use good debt versus bad debt.
well, what's the difference?
Okay. Bad debt. You get a new Chase Rewards card or Discover card, and you go out here and you buy a new TV, you buy a new video game system, you buy some new clothes. I mean, Gucci does look nice, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I've only seen you wear Friends for Life shirts. So.
And yeah. Boom! That's what we do. We represent the theme. But that's bad debt. Now, good debt would be, hey, I'm going to go to a bank to finance me for this duplex. I'm going to live in the duplex and also rent out the above unit or the below unit, however you feel like doing it. And that's going to pay at least 3/4, if not all, of the rent for that place.
Okay.
That is the difference between good debt and bad debt.
So good debt's like incurring debt with the attitude of recouping it and making more money off of that debt.
Exactly. You never want to take debt out that doesn't have its self being paid for by either someone else or something else.
Doesn't work for you.
Exactly. In my company, we have debt for a couple of items, more vehicles versus anything else, and the fact that we have those vehicles being used to others, pays for that debt.
Yeah.
So that's good debt.
Let's say that's the same thing with the camera equipment and stuff. It's paid off itself multiple times over from the work being done with it. So you buy a $1,000 camera and you make, $5,000 in work, then you've paid it off.
But it's sad. Just a lot of people don't get that or understand it. I really feel sad when people don't get it. A lot of times.
Well, nobody's taught any of this in school or anything.
Yeah, and shame on the school system.
Yeah, for
I
real.
mean, really, like
I was never taught anything about finances. I just didn't want to be in debt, so I didn't buy a lot of
we'll
stuff.
sit and we'll learn algebra, trigonometry, and all of this other stuff that you're never going to really remember unless you're in that field of work. But who actually taught you about taxes?
I still don't know much about taxes.
Yeah.
I just know I got to pay them.
Dude, sometimes I think I need to talk to my CPA and be like, hey, I think we need to have went to the same school.
Yeah.
My English might be terrible, but guess what? My math is it's a little on there.
When it comes to money, yeah.
Yeah, man. Another thing that I really feel is a big issue that people don't even want to invest in what they know. Mm-hmm. And that's what the most wealthy people that I know do. And I'm trying to get there in the wealth margin. But I only deal with stuff that I know. Funny story. I had a guy come to me about, I was trying to help him, and anybody who knows me know that I will sit there and I will try to give you as much advice as I can. We can work things together. You and I, for example, I mean, we are doing our due diligence in what we do when it comes to the social media and podcasting and stuff like that. But if it comes to the outdoorsy stuff, I only can tell you maybe about a few bugs that I want to stay away from.
Yeah.
You know, that's your field of expertise. Even for your other podcasts, when you guys have the gentleman drinks and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
I don't drink those kind of drinks.
Exactly.
You know, you got to give me a wine or some kind of something a little harder.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't deal with beer. So I stay in my lane, but that's what people that I've learned who are wealthy do. They stay in their lane. Now, once you get to the buku big bucks, you start diversifying into a whole bunch of other things. But
Yeah, you can build a rocket ship like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, or
you know,
start playing around
go
with
to
that
Mars. You know, I tell you this: some people just need to really let that man work, man. Shout outs to Elon, man. That guy is scary genius, bro.
I love it.
That is awesome. Like, I feel bad about the whole truck situation. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ugly, but whatever.
It is super ugly.
There's a lot of ugly cars out right now too.
Well, no, I'm talking about the failed test.
Oh no, I didn't know about that.
Oh man, it was supposed to be like bulletproof and all this other stuff, and he threw a steel
yeah.
ball at it, and it
It's
didn't
shattered.
work.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, but you know, everybody, like all of the newscasters that I read about it, they were talking about how, oh, it was a failure for. I'm like, dude, no, it's like, it's all right. Him, like anybody else who's chasing greatness, no, you're gonna take a couple L's.
Yeah,
like,
it's just part of the game, man.
It's what happens, man.
I've made terrible content videos for a long time, but you know, they're starting to get better. I've made a lot of bad stuff, but that's just how it works, man.
Yeah, most
You
of it
learn.
was trying with me.
Yeah. Yeah. We won't go there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I think a lot of people they want the end result, and you know, I know this isn't our first time covering this, but the end result I think is completely overrated, especially if you're in it for money purposes, because it gets to a point where the end result is not about money. You know, I really hope that people don't see me in my office or see me out here in the community and see me doing things and thinking I'm just chasing a check. You know, at this point, I'm honestly trying to get more money so I can give to more people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even about just myself doing all these things. And yes, I want to make sure my children are fed and clothed and have the best education as possible, the best opportunities that can present themselves, but that's not the number one focus.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and you know, it's some people want money so that they can show money off, but a lot of the people I know that are actually like wealthy and have a good bank account do not walk around like they're wealthy.
Oh, not at all.
Some of the richest people I know drive the most normal cars. Some of the most like, and a lot of the people I know that don't have that much money just have, you know, 8 TVs in their house, and it's just the way it is. Everybody wants to look cool, but nobody wants to do the work to actually be cool.
What's that phrase, man? You know, a lot of people go and buy a whole bunch of stuff to impress a whole bunch of people that they don't like.
They don't even like. Yeah. Maybe I like too many people because I don't buy that much stuff.
Hey, man, I'm right there with you. I bought my wife a very expensive vehicle, a truck that, and the reason I did it for a multitude of reasons.
It's got room for the kids.
Yes, it definitely has room for the kids. Anybody who's out there who doesn't know, I have 5 children. But my wife,
and don't be surprised if they bust in this room any minute.
Hey, man,
they've already done it a few times.
But the fact that she was there with me before, she was there during the struggle. You know, during the hardest moments, during the financial struggle that we had. And she drove the crappiest things at times, you know. So I wanted her to be able to feel what I wanted to be in the future. You know, I'm not going to make it a secret. I want the majority of what everybody else wants. I want to have a very large bank account at the end, but I want to be able to give just as much as I receive. So yeah, that was kind of my like biggest thing. But other than that, you know me for enough years. I still live in the same house,
Same house,
in the same neighborhood, same cars. Actually, somebody was clowning me because they're like, I have multiple cars, but they're all 12 years old or more. Like, so that's in case one breaks down.
Yeah.
I got another one to go to. But yeah,
Well, I mean, that just means you're not stupid with your money.
yeah. I mean, I try to be. I'm a big person. I believe in reinvesting into your major investment.
Yeah.
Even going and I don't like half-ass doing something that can be done great the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
There's too many people who want to put their toes in the water versus just jumping in. Like, dude, just do it. Just jump in.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll invest when I need to in camera equipment, audio equipment, things of that nature. But I don't really buy, like, I just got new pants for Christmas because I refuse to buy new clothes. And I wear the same stuff forever. And it's just, I'm not a big into stuff. Like, I have a lot of camera equipment and gear because, I mean, you got these things, these big mic stands, the microphone, all this stuff takes up a lot of space, and you need a lot of it when you're doing things with multiple people. But, I mean, that's what I need to do my job. If I don't have the right thing, what am I going to do? Show up looking like a dummy? Mm-hmm. Makes no sense.
I mean, I've recently got into more of the uniform thing, being this summer. Like you said, now it's all Friends for Life gear.
Always.
That's what I do. If it's not the polo, it's a t-shirt. If it's not a t-shirt, man, damn it. Even if I have my shirt off, I'm going to get a tattoo of the tree
Even
on me eventually.
The mini Stewart Army running around with Friends for Life, everything.
The kids run around, man. They make me so proud. Like the other day we walked out and like 4 of us were wearing Friends for Life shirts. I'm like, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Rep the squad.
I'm always repping mine. My stuff.
Yeah, man. So, that's real. That's another part of what the I guess I don't even like saying rich, but the wealthy like to do. I mean, they're going to represent whatever they represent.
Well, it's all about. It's important to stand behind your brand. I mean, if you're not going to do it, nobody else is. I mean, like, if you don't believe in what you're doing, then good luck. I mean, people already want to bring you down just for existing. Mm-hmm. That's just the way of the nature of the beast anymore. But I mean, if you're not going to rep your stuff, then nobody's going to do it for you.
Well, I guess going on, another secret I think it is to be rich is the employee and employer standing. Now, this is going to be a little difficult for some people to understand because I think a lot of people are stuck in this mindset of not caring about what the other side thinks. Mm-hmm. And that goes for both sides, the employee and the employer. Sometimes the employer feels as if they don't owe the employee any kind of explanation. And I'm not going to lie, as an employer, I have felt that way at times.
Yeah.
But also reverting to being an employee, I felt like I deserved an explanation for some of the things that I had to do, especially if it was different from how I was originally doing something.
Yeah, and it's always hard because everyone always wants to be the right guy, and especially the bigger your position, you probably feel right a lot of the time. I have a different approach because I don't have people under me working under me. It's just me going out. So the clients I work with are I'm their employee basically. Like they're my boss. Right. So I'm always the yes man. Unless they're really bad, then I'm just like, I'm just not going to work for you. Here's your money back.
I just choose not to do this.
But yeah, that's it. It is hard because everyone wants to be right, and a lot of the time, as an employee, you feel like you're getting brushed away. But as an employer, you take all the risk and you assume a lot of the responsibility for anything that happens. So you kind of have to be guarded, and nobody wants to be wrong is what it boils down to. That's always. Well,
not only do people not want to be wrong, I think they want to just be more right.
More right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
being right is more important.
Exactly. It's like they don't care that they're wrong, but they want to hear that, okay, I still did something right.
Yeah.
Because I can say like, hey, you did this wrong, and they're just sitting there like, yeah, but what did I do right?
Yeah.
I went to work. That was right? So it, again, like, I take blame, and I got to thank Gary V for this. Shout outs to Gary V. I heard either one of his podcasts or one of his keynote speakings where he said that he diverted everything to being his fault. And the minute that I heard that, and I sat and I thought about it, that's kind of the role of a CEO or, you know, entrepreneur or any kind of business owner. That's how you have to take it.
And that's much easier said than done. He will admit that too. It's hard.
Oh yeah, it's
you
difficult.
have to completely crush your ego and get it out of the way. Or it's like damn near impossible.
And it's one of those things where, like, I'm becoming more of it. Again, I probably heard him speak this early on in the year, and I've been practicing, and now it's much easier for me.
Yeah.
I've had countless phone calls in which I'm apologizing for stuff that I had no clue was even going on, or even if I knew about it, I only knew one side of it, and I still have to apologize because I didn't do my due diligence when I heard about it then and there, than to, you know, look at it more. But I think people fail to realize how easy a situation can be fixed, per se, because everything just can't be like completely fixed, but how easier things can be fixed if you just go ahead and take your responsibility and don't waste so much time trying to make an excuse and just finding the solution.
Yeah, and you know, it's as someone who is, you know, I do work, you know, a normal job, and I have other, like, I have a boss, you know, and I have, like, the other day, example, you know, my boss basically came in and said, oh, you did a great job this month, you've met all your metrics you needed, and you've done everything you needed. And then like 3 hours later, he sent me some email like, did you try calling this person? It immediately pissed me off. And I'm just like, dude, like, come on, how are you going to do both? And I can see it from both sides at this point, because I've had to deal with it on both sides. I'm just like, how are you going to come to me after that and say this? And I'm just like, I didn't lash out at him 'cause I really wanted to, but like, from that perspective, I'm like, okay, you know, maybe he's having a bad day or something, whatever. Maybe something set him off. He got yelled at for it. I don't know.
Right.
But it still was like, are you kidding me?
And
you know
like, what? Honestly, I'm going to give him a little leeway there, because I do the same thing at times.
Yeah.
I'll go down and I'll talk to my supervisors. We'll have good times. I'll explain to them, thank you for all that you do. I appreciate all that you do. But then I do my due diligence when I check my emails, and how I check my emails, how I move them along, save them and stuff. I'm able to go back to things that they're supposed to be on, because we have an open policy with emails. Like, if you have to do something, I like for the whole team, because just in case you can't even be here, I need somebody else to understand what's going on and have some kind of memory about it. But anyway, I will go back, and if I don't see something answered in a day or two, I'll forward a quick email like, hey, did you check up on this? What's up with the answer for this? And I could have just sat and gave praises like, hey, I appreciate everything that you do. You're awesome. Da, 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 da. But yo, I need this answered.
Yeah, it's just it just is in a high stress, high, like, fast paced movie thing, and you're like, oh, that job I'm at is all like coverage now. Everything has to be like 100%, and most people get like 40, 50, and I'm at like 100. So just it's that like switch going from like, oh, great job, to like, what the hell, in like 2 minutes. It's like, it just confuses you. You're like, it's like getting negative reinforcement and positive reinforcement. Like, if it's that big of a deal, why didn't you just bring it up then?
That's like me getting a whooping when I was younger. I can't. You better do better. I love you.
Well, on that note, we are out of time. Our camera's about to run out of juice.
Hey,
but I think we got some good topics in today.
Daddy needs his juice.
Daddy needs his juice. It's been a long week, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, this is just a mini podcast. You'll be catching us with the full thing soon.
Later, Gators.